Hi everyone, welcome back to another video of Fairman Planes. Today we've got another plane to unbox. We've got it right here in front of us. So what plane is this? Well, we've got the DHC-6-300. So I'm not sure if you're meant to say that as a Dash 6 or 6-300 or whatever, but that's the airplane type, and we've got a lovely picture of it here. So this is a British Airways aircraft, but I think it's not actually British Airways, it's sort of like operated by a subsidiary or a franchise. So you can just see there, if the focus works. You might not be able to see that, but it says operated by Loganair. So I think it's either a subsidiary or franchise. But yeah, so this is our airplane. We're going to take a look inside and have a look. So if I just open that, we see like a lovely, I'm not sure what material this is, but you know, it's lovely and soft. It protects the airplane nicely. So if I just lift this layer off, we should be able to see the plane underneath it. And there we go. And look at that. Wow. Look how small that is. It's not a very big plane, is it? We do have a oh, it has come out the thingy a little bit, but we do have a little plastic film here for additional protection, if I can even get that off. Okay, you know, I'm just going to take the plane out. There we go. So yeah, that just slid off. But yeah, here's our airplane. Is very, very small. Have we? Oh my god. Don't know if I've ever had a plane this small before. That's 1 to 200 scale, but there we go. So let's take a closer look at this. This review probably won't take very long because we don't have much plane to look at. Okay, so I'm just going to move the box out the way. Okay, we'll close that. I'll just put it there so we can see it. So this is now our airplane. So I think I'm going to have to hold it up to the camera for this because it's so small, but we'll give it a go. So let's start off with the front of the plane. We've got the cockpit there. It's pretty detailed. We can see a bunch of markings. I think we can see one of the sensors there as well on the front. We can also see the pilot door there just by the cockpit windows. I think the windows on the door there look like part of the cockpit, you know, view from the front. So it's a very small plane, so they're going to have to do what they can. The door's part of the cockpit, basically. And if we look along the fuselage, we can see the British Airways logo there. Again, it's very, very small. We can see an emergency escape window, I think, there. And we've got, what, a grand total of 6 windows there just in the middle, and another window there by the rear door. I don't know if that's a cargo door, if that's a passenger door, but there you go. You all can see the One World Airline Alliance logo there as well. So it's nice they've still got that on there, but yeah, that's pretty much it for the side of the plane. We've got the registration there, almost as big as the plane itself. And then if I'm going to have to carefully show you this side, we can see the vertical stabilizer and the horizontal stabilizer. The wings at the back are sort of planted in the middle of the tail there, which you don't really see a lot, but there you go. It kind of cuts the Union flag a bit, but I guess it's all right. And then there's a little, I don't know what that is at the bottom there, but a little sort of spike or like antenna of some sorts. But there we go. There's some great detail on the underside of this wing here. You can see all the lines that they've sort of engraved in, and on the main wing as well. But we'll take a look at that in a bit. Okay, so now we'll go on to the other side. So here, we can see the Union flag again, the registration. There's some really small markings, but I can't see what they are. We've got the little light beacon at the bottom, the red gemstone there. I am doing my best to hold this as still as I can, but it's fairly difficult. We've got some antennas on the top of the airplane there as well, which is nice. And then we've got, you know, the many windows. I think we've actually got one more window. How many? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think we've got 8 windows on this side, whereas on the other side we had, I think, one less. Yeah. Okay, well that's cool. The door at the back looks a little bit different as well. So last time it was a rectangular door, but now it's got like a rounded corner at the top. almost like a semicircle at the top, but there we go. Yeah, we've got the British Airways logo there at the front too, and then we're back at the cockpit already. We can also see the nose landing gear. I don't even know if the landing gears retract in this aircraft. It might be fixed gear. Sometimes you've got to be very careful with these models because there's a very small little antenna there which I, wouldn't want to break off, but it means I can't hold this model in many places. But yeah, there we go. So that's pretty much the fuselage. If we look at the wings now, let's look at the top side first. Okay, there's really not a lot of detail here to look at, but if we look at the back, there's a little bit of detail there with the lines. We've got the black bits at the front on the leading edge. I have a feeling these black bits at the front of the wings at the leading edge are used to, are supposed to like inflate when the wings get ice on them to sort of break the ice off the leading edge of the wings, and then it improves its aerodynamic performance when there's no ice. I think that's what the black things are. I think they inflate, but maybe someone in the comments can correct me on that. Okay, so yeah, there's not really a lot to this plane. We've got the propellers as well. Let me try and blow the propellers, see if they spin. I'll try and do it in camera shot. Okay, I can't get there, but if you can see that the propellers spin. I'm going to be very gentle with this, but the propellers do spin quite freely, in fact. There's not a lot of resistance, they're just, there we go. And then on the other side, there we go, the propeller spins too. Okay, let's look at the underside of the plane now. So we've got the 3 gears. It's funny because some planes, they have like 6 wheels for one of the gears at the back, but this plane just has 3 wheels in total. We've got some of the little spikes at the front now. I'm not sure what they're for. Maybe there's some sort of sensors. The blue bits under there. And then we've got the GeminiJets logo right in the middle there. Okay, so oh, and there's a little hole there if you want to put it on a stand, but I don't know if there are any stands that are small enough to, to not look weird on such a small plane. Because most of the stands are pretty big compared to this plane, so it just looks a bit weird, I'd say. But there we go. So that's the airplane. If I pop it down there, what I wanted to also do was compare it with. Oh, is it going to stand up? Well, that's a bit annoying. Look at this. I'm trying to stand it up. I swear this table is flat, but if I try and stand it up, it just kind of falls back on its tail. So it's permanently got a tail strike now, but I don't know. Maybe they could have done a better job sort of front weighting this model a bit because, I can't stand it up. But there we go. I don't know if the landing gears spin. Okay, I don't think. Yeah, the wheels don't seem to be spinning that much. Well, the one at the front is, but the ones, yeah, the front gear seems to spin a bit, but the one at the back doesn't seem to. Yeah, there seems to be a lot of resistance with the body gears at the back not spinning. So yeah, I wouldn't roll this one around if I were you. Okay, but yeah, what I wanted to do before I close this review was just quickly compare this with the biggest passenger plane that exists. So if I leave this here and then move that airplane, and now I'm going to get the biggest passenger plane that exists in the same airline, so that's British Airways. So I'm sure you can see that coming into view here, but there we go. That's the British Airways A380, so it's absolutely massive. Can you believe the size of it? There we go. You can really see a scale comparison here between the two airplanes, that the A380 is much bigger than the DHC-6-300 aircraft. So to show from another perspective, You can really see how. Why can't it let me zoom in? There we go. Like that's like these two planes are the same scale, and one's just much bigger than the other. So you can really see that scale comparison there. Like I don't think the top of the plane even hits the first deck of the A380, and you can see the engine of the A380 there compared to the plane. Like the engine is almost the size of the plane. But there we go. So that's small planes. It's kind of impressive how small they are. But if I zoom out a bit now. Okay, so let me just put the A380 away. Okay, so that's the DHC-6-300 that we've reviewed today. So I hope you've enjoyed watching this review, and I'll see you again on another video soon. So have a good day, everyone.